I don't know if I got that on film, but I just almost wiped out pretty hard on this thing. Might have given it a little too much gas while turning. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but be careful. Sometimes you forget that you're on like basically a motorcycle, so yeah, be careful. Alright, time to go over my final thoughts here on the Euybike F6 folding bike. And it's kind of hard to sum up because there's just so many folding e-bikes on the market. At the end of the day, as I mentioned earlier, you got a big plus with the battery here. That's where most of the cost of this purchase is actually going. It is a 18 amp hour battery, and that's a pretty good thing. You do have a little bit of a downside though. As I mentioned, there's a couple not the greatest parts on here. But if you're looking for a longevity play, a bike that is going to last a lot of cycles, and you're not doing anything too crazy, you're just kind of keeping it casual, city riding, that's where I'd lean towards this. I do have my fears if you're going off-road or doing anything crazy like snow biking I mentioned earlier, that this won't have that longevity I just mentioned. So you do want to try to maybe weigh that while considering this bike. But as I mentioned, for just a really fast, fun bike, yeah, it kind of does that. So for that $1,300 price point, you know, I'm not jealous of the decision you have to make. There's so many great e-bikes for that price. But as I mentioned, this bike is pretty cool in those aspects that I just mentioned, like the battery, the speed. The top speed is really fun on this bike, but only if you're a really decently skilled rider. I don't know if I caught it on film, but I almost wiped out pretty hard on this thing. I was going over some leaves or whatever it was, and just, yeah, it was kind of scary. So be careful on a fast bike like this. But all said and done, it is very fun. So